Hello, this is Elizabeth Griffin, the Black Romance Writer, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment to do so, and definitely continue to share my content with others. So as many of you know, I'm a romance writer, and I love telling stories about couples falling in love and getting their happily ever after. Obviously, they're going to go through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of drama, but in the end, you get a good read. And I love writing in different genres. I love dark romances. I love young adult romances. I love contemporary romance, multicultural romance, erotica, you name it, I love writing it. Currently, I'm working on a medical romance, and I'm writing a series on Kindle Vella called The Innocent Bride. And it's dealing with a female doctor. She is a neonatologist, and her specialty also is oncology. So, in writing about her, I need to do research. I have a medical background. I've taken anatomy and physiology, microbiology, chemistry, but I need help. I have lots of information that I need to digest in order to incorporate in my story. So I came across an article in the Journal of American History, and it's talking about a Black surgeon, an African-American surgeon. And the title of the book is Negro Surgeon, and it's written by Helen Buckler. And the surgeon's name is Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. And so I found this article interesting. And in discovering the book, I decided that I needed to add it to my collection. So I ordered a hardback copy from Amazon, so it'll be coming in a couple of days. In addition to that, I ordered the Medical Apartheid, which I've talked about on this platform before. I want to actually sit down and read it. And then I got a book by Shonda Rhimes and Betsy Beers about Bridgerton and the costumes and things like that. So I'm building my library, and I want to get as many books about historical African-American figures, books that have been printed in the past. Like this particular book was written originally in 1954, and then there was a reprint in the 1960s. And so books like these are hard to find. So I will be going to different bookstores, used bookstores, looking for books like that so that I can have in my collection, I can introduce to my children, and I can also introduce to you, my listening audience. So that is what I'm currently doing, and I hope that you enjoy this particular podcast, and I will be reading an excerpt from the article. So please enjoy. Daniel Hale Williams, Negro Surgeon, by Helen Buckler, New York, Pittman, 1968. 16 plus 381 pages. Illustrations, charts, notes, sources, appendix, and index. When Dr. Daniel Williams, 1856 to 1931, opened his office at the corner of Michigan Avenue and 31st Street in 1883, there was as yet no black belt in Chicago. The entire black population numbered no more than 10,000, and black families were scattered throughout the white areas. Williams was of mixed white, Negro, and Indian descent. His father had been a leader in the abolitionist activities among the free Negroes in Pennsylvania. He grew up in Zanesville, Wisconsin, apprenticed himself to a local doctor, and was graduated from the Progressive Chicago Medical College before putting out his shingles on Michigan Avenue. Almost immediately, the young physician distinguished himself by his zeal for further education, his progressive views on sickroom cleanliness, and his surgical skills. In 1891, he founded the Providence Hospital, the first truly interracial hospital in the United States, a hospital run by Negroes where Negroes would be received on an equal basis, was a radical venture in 1891. And Williams' skills at organization and public relations were put to a severe test. 2 years later, he performed at Providence the first successful operation on a human heart by suturing the pericardium of a man who had suffered a knife wound. His surgical brilliance brought him national attention and the post of chief surgeon at Freedman's Hospital in Washington, 1894 to 1898. Despite an extensive reorganization of the medical services, a new system of internship, an outstanding training program for nurses, and a sharp decline in the hospital's mortality rate, Williams left freedmen's under a cloud as a result of political machination and personal and professional jealousies. On his return to Chicago, he threw himself into his practice, his work at Providence, and his effort to develop Negro hospitals in other parts of the country. By 1900, he was a respected surgeon in a city of internationally famous surgeons and the best-known Negro doctor in the United States. His career ended in quiet tragedy. He suffered a series of personal defeats at the hands of such politically adroit Black leaders as Booker T. Washington and such ambitious medical rivals as his colleague, Dr. George Hale. It is easy to understand why this popular biography, originally published in 1954, has been brought out in a new edition. In the continuing search for the Black past, no name looms larger in medicine than that of this gifted surgeon and warm human being. The book suffers from a few questionable interpretations and some overwriting, but it is, on the whole, a well-written and completely competently researched work. It should be in every public and university library.